So, of course, we have a humanitarian crisis in this country, and that is refugees. So far, over 50,000 unaccompanied children from the countries of El Salvador, Guatemala, and Honduras. Three of the most violent countries in terms of murder rates in the world. And that is why they're coming here. They're not coming from I don't know, the other countries. And they're not just coming to the United States. They are refugees. There is a law on the books, actually two laws on the books, which basically say they need to go through due process to determine their asylum claims. And if you are a Mexican child and you come to the border, you are sent back immediately. It is not the case with Central American children, or from these other countries, I should say. And we should also say these are not children who are sneaking in. They are basically walking up to the border and telling the border guards, I'm here, I'm seeking asylum. Of course, Representative Louie Gohmert, almost making everybody crack up as soon as we say that, speaking with Newsmax host, also a laugh line, Steve Malzberg, also laugh line, has a different theory. Shall we tune in and find out?
Our schools cannot handle this influx. We don't even know what all diseases they have. Our health.
Well, these children, if the schools cannot handle the influx, then you simply increase the funding for these schools. But many of these children, like I said, legally speaking, must go through a due process. And of course, Republicans refuse to increase the amount of money for these immigration courts. So the backlog is somewhere around 375,000 people, is my understanding. We do know what diseases they have because they are checked. If we had more money, we could check them in a more efficient and extensive, comprehensive way. Continue.
Care systems can't withstand this influx. It's like having a home and inviting everybody to your home because you've got a good job, things are going well. Before long, you got everybody sleeping all over the floor, and you can't afford to feed them, give them health care, and you can't even afford to take care of their needs. This is where we're headed.
It's like inviting everybody to your home, except for this is not like inviting everybody to your home. It's like you have a home, and then down the street, someone else's home is on fire. And they come running up to your door and they say, my house is on fire. Can I stay in here? Because it's also bitter cold out. That's more what it's like.
And bankruptcy is one of the places you go, especially when you're using money as we do. Really, our currency is just a check. It used to be backed up by gold or silver. Now it's just a check saying, hey, trust us, we'll pay you for this check. But we're seeing more and more, and I saw over the weekend, there's a deal between South Korea and China to go around using dollars. So, this is a good way to bankrupt the country in addition to overwhelming all of our services.
Pause it. Now, it doesn't really matter if North Korea and China decide to share some currency. The way that you measure whether or not people have confidence in our currency is whether or not they're buying those promises to pay them back. And they are buying them. And still at such a rate that our interest rates remain almost historically low because we don't need to entice them. In other words, that's the way you people measure risk. I'm going to loan you money. If you're a bad risk to pay me back, I'm actually going to charge you more interest. That's basically what it is. He's wrong.
What is the purpose? What if you could get inside the mind of Barack Obama, why is he doing this?
Well, I don't know. It's been clear that he is about winning at all costs. He doesn't matter what has to be. He doesn't care what has to be said. He doesn't care who gets hurt. He doesn't care what promises get broken. As Ed Klein revealed in his book here recently, you make whatever promises you've got to, but in the end, they have said they want to turn Texas blue. They want to turn America blue. And if you bring in hundreds of thousands or millions of people and give them the ability to vote and tell them, as some Kiko Conseco said, he had illegals in his district that were told, if you want to keep getting the benefits, you have to go vote. And President Obama's lawyer is not going to allow them to ask for an ID, so go vote or you're going to lose your benefits you're getting now. That drives people to vote, and it will ensure that Republicans don't ever get elected again.
That's an interesting theory. I wonder if those poll watchers will say, hey, you seem to be 12 years old or 15 years old, and you're not registered to vote. But, okay, whatever. We don't need to see an ID. Just go vote, I guess is the way it works. I don't know.
Yeah, if you're illegal.
Yeah, there you go. I think it's pretty obvious what, the president is doing. He wants to win at all costs. He's going to finish his term and then run probably for governor of Texas, I would say, with all these illegals coming in. And then maybe he'll go on Dancing with the Stars. And in that, my understanding is that the voting doesn't even require any type of citizenship. So, but there you have it. I mean, I know I was told by my Russian handlers to come over here and just, stir up the pot a little bit.
Has anyone pushed the idea that it was Comrade Gohmert who gave the Menendez story to Daily Caller?
Yeah, I don't know.
Hola, comrade.
Hola, como estas? Obviously, you let them people. Never before have we ever had immigrants who've come into this country and then ended up voting. That has never, ever happened. God forbid we should allow these brown people to come in here and vote someday. So I guess, he's not saying, understand that what Gohmert's saying there is not an argument against undocumented immigrants coming in. It's an argument against immigrants coming in. Well, let me amend that by just saying, from south of the border, if you know what I mean.
Saying,
we don't
white power.
I can wrap this up by just saying, come on, whites, let's get it. Let's get it on, whitey. Get up off your duff and, All right, let's take a call. You calling from a 206.